Hey guys, Amaya here. Today we're going to do something a little different. I'm going to go over my oldest speed draw video with you guys. It was never posted, but it was my oldest recorded speed draw. It's a little cringy, but I think it is important to understand progress. And also important to look at where you've come from. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna watch the video together. I've obviously sped it up because the original video was 2 hours long. So we're not gonna sit here and discuss each scratch mark that I make on the page. So I was using Krita. In Krita, I could not figure out how to get any sort of stabilization with the lines going. I also don't know why I felt like it was okay to lose part of the tentacle that comes out of the bottom. Generally, I do come from a photography background, so generally the cropping there would just be like no bueno, but I think I was just trying to do something different, and I wanted the leg, if you call it that, the tentacle to fit in there regardless. So and because I didn't understand like line stabilization, I think I had a very hard time with any sort of like pretty lines. So the lines are still very jagged. Instead of making like one good line, I made a bunch of scratch lines, like sketching lines almost, and then went ahead and erased the places that I didn't like. I still do that on occasion, not to this extent, of course, but I'll go in with like a specific line. If I need it to cut off somewhere, then I'll erase. But this is just not a very easy way. Like, it's a lot of extra work versus what I know now. Thankful that I'm using a program that I understand a little bit better. I would say for my first digital recording, it's not awful, but it's nowhere near where I am now. And I'm very thankful for that, because that means that I have grown. It was a lot of cleaning up and less making the art, as I remembered. And the fact that it took me 2 hours for this alone was, in my mindset currently, is incredible that I spent 2 hours making lines. Because as you'll see, the painting process was very quick, in my opinion. The painting process takes maybe 10% of the video, and it was a very anime type squid, and I'm pretty sure I made it because I had made a set of eyes in Krita and I wanted something to put them on, and they weren't exactly human eyes, and I was like, let's make another squid. I'd made the squid kid before this one, and I'll probably post that picture somewhere at the end, or within the video. So yeah, I think I was going through, I was like, okay, let's look at the image all together. Another thing I didn't do, I would say, is I did not look at the entire thing while I was making the line art. I did have a very quick sort of sketchy layer, but the planning wasn't very good. And as you can see, I'm being very messy with I'm pretty sure I was using the airbrush. Being very messy with it because I had already done all that work to clean up the line art, so I was just, I guess I figured, it doesn't matter, I'll just clean that up. I had no sense of confining anything to a layer, or I went with a very painterly sort of style. I wouldn't say style. Painterly intentions, I guess. I wanted to paint rather than to color. We did very minimal blending, I feel, and I didn't really have a concept of layers. Like, I hardly understood the layers at all. I understood, you know, like a line art layer. I feel like this was probably a week after I got my my Wacom Intuos Pro tablet, which, if you don't know, is a screenless tablet. And going from traditional media to digital media, there are the eyes. Going from traditional to, I don't know why she has eyelids or eyebrows or something, I don't know. But going from traditional to digital is very hard, especially if you don't have a screen. And that tablet itself was pretty expensive. If I had only saved up maybe another $100, I could have gotten something with a screen. And that was just, I just saw it, I wanted it, and I got it, you know? I also know, yeah, here we are with the layers. I couldn't figure out where stuff was, why it was there, why it was on this one, not on this one. So that was a struggle in itself. But I also remade this probably about 6 months after I initially made this version of it. Really, I think I just messed with the background a bit and changed her face. So I'll also post her here in a minute. She'll be like right over there somewhere. But yeah, that's the end of that. So let me know what you guys think. How do you guys feel about improvement, and do you guys ever look at your old artwork in order to see where you've come from, or do you just like block it away, like never to be seen, like I didn't make that, it wasn't me? I personally think it's really cool to see redraws of maybe a character you made or some fan art you made, and then to redraw them in like a year or two and see where your skills have gotten. You know, like maybe you did just like a face and it's like straight on, and you know, maybe it's 2 years later and you now have like a full body pose and you've got some clothes and the clothes are looking good, and you know, those sort of things. So let me know down in the comments below. Also, if you liked this video, or if you guys want me to keep making content on YouTube, please give me a thumbs up and a sub. I'd appreciate it. But yeah, that's all for now. See you guys next time, and keep making art, because shit art is better than no art. Okay?